Hey guys, Digital David here. Today I'm excited to be reviewing for you my first book on my channel. So this book is actually by Renoe and it's called The New Lonely. You may recognize that name, Renoe, because a few years back he was jogging shirtless in Chicago, kind of crashed in on a news segment with WGN and basically told everybody he was single and had a lot of thirsty people contacting him. So he had his 15 minutes of fame, if not maybe a week or two of fame. And it was really fun to see him on all those news clips and everything online, millions of views, that sort of thing. Anyways, he is an author and a blogger and has a great platform. You should go ahead, check it out. I will link to his channel, his website, and this book is available for purchase on Amazon. All that information will be in my video description for you guys. Ethan is a former college floor mate of mine from my time in Chicago at school, and I'm just really a big fan of him, and couldn't be more honored to have this book be the first book I'm reviewing on my channel. So anyways, The New Lonely fits perfectly into our generation where basically in the past, people would define loneliness as, your typical like orphans and widows, prisoners, people that would rank as lonely, just kind of maybe more be abandoned by society for whatever cause may be. Where today we're so connected, but we're all so lonely. So he really tackles that topic in here of like loneliness and how to deal with it very effectively, and it's a very good book to read. Let's just go ahead and kind of look at the book. We'll kind of give you the full front and back view. You can see the side. It's got a really nice design, really great artwork right here. And then it's about 200 pages long. I'll show you kind of the format of the pages. It's really an easy read. He's got some cool artwork and just random poetry and stuff kind of spread throughout, so it's really a well thought out book and really a clever design. Really, like I said, easy to read. You can get it done in a couple of days. And I'll talk about the book in a minute, but first I want to go ahead. Ethan provided us with some footage to use of him talking about the book, which is really nice. So we're going to go ahead and hear what he has to say about The New Lonely.
It's a great day for a run, so too wet to wear a shirt,
Too wet to wear a shirt, and you're also like in shorts. It's mid-December. How's that possible?
I know, it's awesome. I love running in the rain, and I'm also single, so
okay. All right. Well, we're asking the ladies of Chicago to give WGN a call.
Loneliness. We live in a lonely culture. We have a lonely society. But ironically, it's not the way it looked 50 years ago. 50 years ago, if you're a prisoner, a widow, or an orphan, or someone just cut off from society, you're going to be lonely. Whereas today, almost all of us are lonely, and we don't know why. We can't figure it out because we have Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, email, phones, texts, like every connected technology possible in our pockets that could connect us to other people. But most of us are terrified of being alone, of sitting all alone, undistracted, because if you're scared of being alone, you're going to fill up your time with distractions or even just with other people constantly, or with your phone, your laptop, a book, Netflix. But we don't know how to be alone with ourselves. And I think that's one of the most important keys to healing loneliness, is learning how to be alone. Because if you know how to be alone and you're able to be yourself when you're alone, then you're going to be able to be yourself when you're with other people, and you're not going to have to impress them. You're going to just know what it is to be at peace and to know yourself really well and be comfortable with who you are. That's possibly one of the biggest fears, I think, in the world, is to show someone who you really are and have that be rejected, right? Or told that you're not good, that who you really are is not good. Because vulnerability is scary. You don't want people to see the real me, because the real me has wounds, and the real me has weaknesses, and the real me is imperfect. Whereas if I'm cool and funny and smart and rich and intelligent, those are the things that we think people are going to be more drawn to, when ironically, most people in the world are going to be drawn to someone who's more just humble, quirky, weird, and just real. Like, not someone who's trying to impress them. So it's kind of an ironic paradox where we all try to be someone that we're not, even though most people in the world would rather hang out with who we really are. We want that intense, deep connection to another person, to know and to be known, to love and to be loved. But usually what we settle for is a night out at the club, hooking up with whatever stranger is available and looks good for that time. They're going to give me what I want for tonight, and that's it. If you're interested, I did write the book, The New Lonely, almost a year ago, and I'm still really pumped about it. So check it out if you want to read more about what I have to say about loneliness and our culture and what makes us feel alone and how we can go about trying to get better at it. Better at being lonely, better at being alone, and better at connecting with other people.
Really a great and high quality production from Ethan. Really nice to be able to include that video here. I hope it was beneficial to you to hear his thoughts on his own book. I just wanted to share a couple of paragraphs I really like from this book. I got two that I want to read to you on page 192 and then one paragraph at the very end of the book. So I want to start with, it says, "We are the new lonely and we are way too far away. We are removed from the present moment and the present space where we are. Be careful not to mistake your lack of peace for holiness. Chances are you are more connected than most people throughout human history. The issue isn't a lack of people, it's a lack of intimacy and peace. If we have any hope of recovering intimacy within ourselves, much less with God, we must relearn the ancient art of being still. If you feel far away from yourself or are constantly hiding behind clothes, fashion, trends, humor, or thousands of other defense mechanisms, it's likely because you have not spent much time with yourself." Man, I think that is really an important takeaway from this book. It's just really powerful stuff to really think and self-assess where you're at. Then I wanted to kind of conclude with maybe more of an upbeat, uplifting note of what we can do about this. So the last paragraph basically says in the book, "Let's build more bridges and burn fewer. Connect yourself to those around you and not by sending a friend request. Get coffee with someone and ask them the hard questions. Strive for intimacy at all costs. Delete everything that prevents this, even if that means certain social media. We are the new lonely, but not forever. We're all alone. Let's be alone together." So really, guys, an awesome book. I highly recommend reading it to learn to cope with where we're at today as society and how to live life when we have a lot of connections and friendships online. Well, if you want to find out more about Ethan, the link to his website is in my video description below. It'll take you right there and you can check out his book, read his blog, that sort of thing, guys. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that sub button for my channel and his channel as well. They'll be in the end screen here. And please follow me on social media. Check me out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Check out my website. Join my newsletter as well, guys. I really appreciate you being here, and I look forward to seeing you all in my next video.